Morning all and welcome back. Uh, let's do this problem on the 30th of October, of course 2021. Let's look at this problem. I would believe that this can either be an N5 or an N6 problem. It can fall within the two levels. Why do I say that? Because it just got this other little element which makes it so special when I look at it. When I look at the e to the exponent x by sine x. So here we will realize that we are going to use integration by parts. And then when we use integration by parts, we need to also look at they call it the priority list, where now we need to know when we say let u equal, u will be e to the x. And why is it that we may not say u is sine x? It's because of this, where other books or resources will talk of Liat rule, but I will look at it as the priority list, where you have your ln x, you have your x to the n, you have your e to the x, and number 4, you have a trig ratio. That means that if you look into your product, the two parts of the product, if it does have any of these, then it means this should be prioritized as being u. So in this case, we can see that the e to the x comes long before the trig ratio, as in this priority. So then we will have this as the u. If we were having something like this, then our u will be that. Why? Because it comes first on the list here. So I think that's clear. So now let's go there and then do this and determine this. Now we will then say let u be e to the x. When e is that, then the du dx is e to the x, where the du will be e to the x dx. But because it is integration by parts, we know that v will be the integral of sine x dx, which will be when we integrate sine, we've got minus cos x. We've got minus cos x. Now, this means that our integration of u dv is uv minus the integral of v du, which means that e to the x sine x dx is the same as uv minus the integral of v du. What is du? Du is e to the x dx. There you are. Now this is then minus e to the x cos x plus e to the x cos x. When I multiply out that, this is what I have. This is what I have. Now, when you look at that part again, we need to do it by parts. That part. where now we will say let u equal e to the x, because it's same as that. We will then finally have du as that. Now therefore du is e to the x dx. But what about v? V will be the integral of cos x dx. Now what is the integral of cos x? This would be minus sine x. It's a positive sine x. V is a positive sine x. Now it means this we're going to throw in this part here, where now we have that equals minus e to the x cos x plus, now this is the uv minus integral v du part, uv minus the integral of v du is e to the x dx. Now it equals, I want to multiply out the bracket, it equals minus e to the x cos x plus e to the x sine x minus integral e to the x sine x dx. Now it means when we look at this, we are back to the very first problem. Now what then do we do? We will then be forced to take this part and transpose it to the left hand side. When we do that, then it means we are going to have 2 of the integral e to the x sine x dx equals minus e to the x cos x plus e to the x sine x. Now because we're not looking for integration of 2 of this, because we're looking for integration of 1 of e to the x sine x, we will therefore have to divide by 2. When we divide by 2, then we have got e to the x sine x dx equals 1 over 2, by way of counteracting on that. But if I multiply this side by 1 over 2, I also need to do the same thing. But at the same time, when I come here, I see that I can take that out. If I take it out, then in the bracket, then I will have minus cos x plus sine x. Minus cos x plus sine x. Then the adding of the constant plus c. Now this would be your solution, integration by parts. Thank you so much.